$800 and you can get this mall shirt.
Oh, Ian McGregor's here!
You want the fans to know, or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
Holy that just happened.
I'm so teary-eyed right now.
You look very cute. I saw some frogs running over there. You better go get them. Do you have any words of wisdom first, Kermit Yoda?
Let's see. Okay, we're at Star Wars Celebration here, so live long and prosper. I mean, may the Force be with you.
You better watch what you're saying around this crowd, Kermit.
I have nothing else to say. Goodbye.
So our first booth that we're gonna go to is the Bandai and Namco. They do all of, like, the models. This is one of the things that I really wanted. They have a Tamagotchi. Yes, this is back from when I was a kid, a Tamagotchi. It's a special R2-D2 one, only here for Celebration. If you do a survey, they'll give you a pin. So these are the pins you can choose from. Let's do Jango Fett.
Jango Short.
Yeah.
There you are.
Thank you so much. That's pretty cool. It's a cool little souvenir. The little Jango Fett pin. This one is so good. Boba on the throne. It's amazing. There's some Gamorrean guards in the back. And there's the Rancors right there with the Rancor pit, I guess technically right there. I love this so much. That's so cool. Take a look at all the different models that they're selling. So they have the AT-ST with a little Chewie on top. The TIE Advanced Fighter. They have one of the Razor Crest, and they also have one of Mando. You can make a model of the Millennium Falcon. God, look at this giant model. It's a 1/72 scale of the Millennium Falcon flying out of Tatooine. It's great. Oh, I love the little stormtroopers are down there shooting at them, flying off. And over here, everybody's gonna be buying this one. They have a little Grogu model kit now. So they have a larger Grogu, but then over here, you can get a small little Grogu who's in a bassinet. It's weird to see like him like deconstructed. Like, look how creepy that is. Now they have like a samurai sword, but it's red like a saber for Vader. Then they have this giant, it's like a Shogun outfit. Look at the detail on the armor and look at Vader's mask up there. They have Tamagotchis left, so we're good. All right, so we got our stuff from Bandai. If you spend more than $35, they give you this little pin. There's a little pin of Yoda that you get for free. But in here, this is what we're here for. The R2 Tamagotchi. All right, so I got two Tamagotchis, one for myself. The other one, I'm gonna be giving out one of these Tamagotchis to one of you guys. They're going for like $100 right now on eBay. So if you donate to my Patreon, sending it out to one of you guys. So link down below. Without you guys who donate on Patreon, videos like this cannot happen. So I wanna thank you guys so much for that. Tamagotchi will be given away at the end of the month. We're gonna play with him later, but I just wanna show you what he looks like. All right, so we got Star Wars Celebration R2 Tamagotchi. All right, here's a little look at the Tamagotchi. These are $35 a piece. There's like some droid design. It's very metallic. You know what, let's turn them on at the end of the video. I don't want them beeping and yelling at me the whole day. All right, now they have this giant TIE fighter over here. Now they have a bunch of the different trooper costumes out, which is great. But I know you always wondered, what do Stormtroopers' feet look like? Well, the answer we have for you guys, down here, the boots for some reason are not on there. We can see that Stormtroopers have very pasty feet. Cocktail time. Now, Peter, what is so special about Cutwater?
Is it the best cocktail ever? Probably not. Is it strong and cheap? Yes. Does it taste good? Yes.
But now we're going to a galaxy far, far away.
All right, how's training going?
It's tough.
It's tough. Let me see little Yoda in the back. Oh, little Yoda. All right, good luck with your training. All right, so they're premiering the first trips of the Obi Wan Kenobi right now. Whole red carpet event. They were like magic gold wristbands that were given out. Sadly, I didn't get one. They have these random boxes here. I think this is where the Guardians of the Galaxy used to be held before they escaped from Mission Breakout. All right, now DC Shoes has a booth.
Back in the day, I wore a lot of DC because of Rob Dyrdek and Fantasy Factory and Robin Big, right? Now that's no longer happening. Rob has a kid now. I haven't worn DC in probably 10 years, but they have like a Star Wars collab going on.
All right, so DC made this like camouflage Boba Fett jacket for snowboarders, and they have a snowboard that goes along with it. So they have one for Darth Vader, some TIE fighters right there. Then they have like the Luke Skywalker collab over here. So they have some DC Rebel shoes, an orange jacket, Luke on like a dirty tie-dye shirt, Luke Skywalker most likely to succeed. The street vintage, this is all vintage Star Wars shirts. So all the Phantom Menace stuff is so hot right now. $150 Darth Maul shirt. A lot of Maul stuff. What is that? 110. Who would have thought my shirts that I would wear as a kid are worth so much now? Industrial Light and Magic. Okay, cast and crew. That's a good one. Yeah, a lot of mall. $375. Mos Eisley Cantina, and it's just got the Cantina band on the back. $200 for this Darth Vader vintage shirt. Tie-dye Jar Jar, man. $400 vintage Jar Jar. That's insane. It's new with tags. Star Tours vintage hat. $120 for a vintage Star Wars cap from MGM Studios. All right, $900. $900. This vintage Star Tours t-shirt. This is like the original Star Tours. All right, this is $300. It's the monsters from Naboo. I wish this was almost on the front. The whole gang chilling in the little ship. $800. You can get this mall shirt. Again, like original tag. Signed shirt by Peter Mayhew. Shadows of the Empire. The book series. This is another Star Tours t-shirt. $900. It almost looks like highlighter all over it.
That might make you rethink how much your vintage Star Wars shirts are worth. Like $1,000 for some of them. Sanity.
I always love visiting the Sideshow Collectible booths. They're like, the figures are like $300 to $500 sometimes, but they're beautiful. You have Boba on the throne, K2SO. Then they have the entire Bad Batch here. This is a really beautiful Ahsoka figure. Look at this Anakin Skywalker figure. Now this I think is one of their best sculpts that they ever made. It's a Mando, little Grogu, but the best part is, normally they have like a little piece of plastic making him float. He's connected to the cape as if he's actually floating. There's another giant Anakin figure. The problem is there's so much reflection and glare happening that it's hard to appreciate the detail. Like look at this Clone Wars Obi Wan right there. Life-size Darth Maul bust. They have a life-size Darth Vader bust here. Clone Wars Yoda. Interesting. Clone Wars Obi-Wan. The Clone Wars Anakin. It's weird because it kind of looks like live action, but they're animated. You can buy a life-size scale model of Boba Fett or Darth Vader. You have Darth Maul and Ahsoka. They're fighting. This is a massive figure. Mandalorian on the speeder bike with little Grogu. You can see his little ears flapping in the wind. A 1/10 scale of Jabba the Hutt. Then they have one of Ahsoka, Mando holding Grogu, Kenobi versus General Grievous, that's a good one. Luke and Grogu, I haven't seen any figures like this lately. Then they have Boba Fett and Fennec Shand. That was my first time seeing the Grogu sculpt in person. It's like $400. I don't really care for it because it looks like he's just too red in the face. There's no really emotion going on in his mouth. I don't feel like he's alive. He just looks like taxidermied Grogu. They have like chromed out figures. So you have a Death Trooper right here. Then you have a Jetpack Clone Trooper. So this is Obi-Wan from the Mythos series. And then you have Luke Skywalker in the back, Kylo Ren in the water, fighting Rey. Look at Rey. This is a beautiful sculpt though of Daisy Ridley. It's just like her. Then you can buy a Mandalorian helmet. Oh, this is disturbing. This is like full on Men in Black. So you have a C-3PO inside of C-3PO. How strange. Then you have this like droid patching up C-3PO. Then you have this like C-3PO. It almost looks like when they're like mining or something. This little like walkway up into his eyeball to go mine the inside of him. Then you have the C-3PO made out of yarn. You have Chewbacca, R2, and Luke right there. This is like, I'm sure this is like some expensive modern art stuff. On the back of the yarn C-3PO, they have little Ewoks down there, and then Jabba and Jawas on his head, with the Millennium Falcon off to the right. The figures are just so big, I don't know where I would put any of these. You have Mando on a speeder bike, a Dark Trooper, Transport Trooper, Moff Gideon there in the back. So they have R2 from Attack of the Clones, C-3PO, Clone Trooper, a Battle Droid, and a Super Battle Droid. Maybe because it's the 20th anniversary, they're really trying to celebrate Attack of the Clones, so there's a lot of merchandise from Attack of the Clones here. Here's a life-size bust of Mando. Then we have a General Grievous. These are massive figures. It's $900 though. Then they have a huge Darth Vader. We're currently over at the Regal Robot booth right now. They have a bunch of life-size figures. $1,500 each. You get these Cantina chairs. They have a 1-to-1 replica of a Gaffy stick that the Tusken Raiders like to use. They have Max Rebo right there. They have Fortuna concept replica. These are some of the concepts that were going to be used for a Tauntaun. I've never seen these before. Odd to think if a Tauntaun ended up looking like that. Then we have a life-size Chewbacca bust. But down here, this is the concept for a Gamorrean guard. Here's a Rancor wall decor. Oh, it looks like it was used in Jabba's barge. I think that's what that's from. So it's a replica of the design that they had on that wall. So you can own it at home. Tusken Raider bust from A New Hope. Then they have this giant Tauntaun bust. It's see a snot coming out of his nose, the snow on him. There's this random little like chalk wall. It's really cool. They have Jar Jar and Jabba and Grogu and Max Rebo and Ahsoka over there. It's really cool to see everybody kind of coloring in and drawing their own Star Wars creations on this wall. Santa, am I able to see you light up your cane? Oh my gosh.
These aren't the cookies you're looking for.
Hi Grogu, how are you doing today? You look very cute. I saw some frogs running over there. You better go get them. Now this is a Grogu. They put the Sideshow Collectible head on him. Oh. Alright, so of course Disney has a giant advertisement here for the Galactic Starcruiser. Your journey awaits. Let's see what they have to offer here. I spot a little safe over here in the cargo. That's a good little detail. Launch pods to the Halcyon Starcruiser. This almost looks like when you're waiting in an airport or a bus station, right? The little seats. They have the Halcyon logo right there. All right, so they have a bunch of the merchandise over here. You can't purchase it here. You have to go on the Starcruiser, then you can purchase it. Here's the custom lightsaber that you can purchase in the gift shop. Here's the droid SK. He's an integral part of the story when you're on the Halcyon. And here's some little models of the Halcyon.
Hi everyone, we are here at the Star Wars Celebration and I have the honor and pleasure of representing our cast and crew members on the Halcyon Starcruiser. This right here, my friends, is what you're going to see when you enter the Halcyon Starcruiser. It's our launching pad. This is a 2-night adventure, a choose your own story, where if you want to be with the dark side, you can. If you want to be with the light side, you can. Or if you want to be a smuggler, you also can. This experience is an all-inclusive cruise with food and beverage and activities and a shore excursion onto the planet of Batuu. Whatever you do on Batuu will transpire into your story on the Halcyon, and let me tell you, you don't want to miss that finale night. It is absolutely incredible. So may the stars light your way. Come on down to the Star Wars Galactic Starcruiser.
All right, so they have a Star Wars Celebration Disney Parks product preview. This stuff is amazing. Oh my God. Okay, so you have the fertility god from Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. You have the crystal skull. You have the little crystal from Temple of Doom. You have a Star Tours jacket for the 35th anniversary. That is really cool. Oh my God, look at Rex. Oh my God. This is incredible. This is the storage container in the new version of Star Tours. You can see Rex in the queue, and this is what he looks like in the queue. Then they have some Star Tours pins and a patch. They said it's available now at Downtown Disney. We just hopped into the Lego booth real quick. You can purchase a bunch of the Lego sets. I don't know if there's anything that's convention exclusive though, but over here they have the poster for Star Wars A New Hope, and they have a Luke Skywalker jumping right out of it. They have a little demo for Lego Star Wars. This is a great game. I don't have 100% so far. I think about like 60% completion, but it's a lot of fun. Then they have a couple of the sets that you can see that they're selling. They have a Grogu set, Boba Fett's throne. They even have Vader's meditation chamber that you can get as a set, but I have the Cantina set. This set is really cool because there's so many amazing minifigs that are in it. It's not the biggest set, but you're really paying for all the really cool minifigs that they have. It's like we're jumping into Lightspeed right now. So they have a probe droid, the Republic gunship. I think it's massive. Luke's land speeder. This is a new set that I haven't seen yet. It's the Mandalorian Starfighter. So you have little Grogu in the back. There's the Razor Crest. This set's been out for a couple years now. They have the trash compactor scene that you can get now. The trench run. And I think this is the best one they've made in a while. It's Yoda's little Dagobah house. All right, so people are able to put little Lego sayings. So they've been adding a bunch of little designs. Hello there. I am the Senate. What's that? Order 66. I had the high ground is all the way at the top. That's funny. Jar Jar equals Sith Lord with little Grogu underneath it. C-3PO and R2. This is really cool. Here's a little beach scene, little photo op. This is all made out of bricks. So the TIE Fighter up there, the Death Star is crashed into the beach. You just have a nice little picnic here. All right, so this is the Star Wars Complete and Ultimate Star Wars minifig collection. I think this is every single minifig ever made. Look at all the versions of Han Solo, the Jango Fetts, all the Landos. This is really cool to see. Oh my gosh. Max Rebo, Maz Kanata. Look at Padme's big figure down there. All right, where's the Boba Fett?
So the Cloud City Boba Fett I had and I sold for like $500, but I think he goes for like $2,000 now. Let's see if we can spot him. They have two of the most expensive minifigures right next to each other. So you have the Cloud City Boba Fett. It only came out in this one set with the decals on his shoulder and leg. And then down here, this is like a random gold C-3PO that was given out randomly in Star Wars packs, like box sets. But if you're a Star Wars minifig fan, this is where you want to come. Now it's happened. Grogu has turned into a little Sith Lord. We have you as a little Tauntaun, a little Luke. He's inside your stomach, oh no! We got another glamour Chewbacca.
Yeah, so my character's called the Grand Inquisitor. Yeah. And he's kind of one of the uber villains of the Star Wars universe. And this is the first time we're going to get to meet him in a live action show. So I'm excited.
Now, we've seen Inquisitors before in Star Wars Rebels and Jedi Fallen Order. Did you go back and watch any of those episodes as research?
Yeah.
Well, I actually didn't. I felt like I had so much freedom to make Reva who she wanted to be, you know, being her in live action for the first time. And it's really hard to believe, but I had never seen the movies. And so it was really this experience that sort of opened up the door to Star Wars for me. And
It kind of worries me that she doesn't know anything about Star Wars and really hasn't seen Star Wars.
Don't go anywhere.
I hope she pulls it off. We'll see later tonight. Oh, Ian McGregor's here!
How hype are y'all for this show? No. You win. You win. You win. You win. Hands in your pockets, buddy. Sorry, let's go. How does it feel to be coming back to these characters after 20 years? I mean, obviously everybody's into it. How are you feeling?
It's so exciting. It's been such a long journey from, you know, the last film that we shot together was in 2003 in Sydney, Australia, and we finished that film, and I, for sure, personally, I felt like I was so happy to have been part of the Star Wars world, but we did those 3 movies, and I didn't imagine that we would be sitting here today. But it's been a long journey coming to make this series, and probably 4 or 5 years, I think. And so tonight, you know, we're going to be able to show it to you at last. And
first of all, thank you for
waiting for you to get yours out, and then he can start.
I just did as much research as I could and just wanted to refamiliarize myself as much as I could, and I loved what they did with those animated series. Dave Filoni and everyone that worked on those shows did some incredible work, and you know, they did a lot more with these characters, and that was fascinating to get to watch. How that affected my performance, I'm not really sure, but I'm very glad I got to watch them, and I'm a fan now too.
And I mean, above and beyond the work that you were talking about that it took to kind of bring this to life and everything, how did it feel for the two of you to just be working together on this again and being these characters again? Like, how did it feel when the two of you just, oh, we're here, we're doing it together?
Amazing. It was the coolest thing to get to come back and work with Ewan again and play these characters again. It's just been, yes we are. It's a very special thing, and we get to do this because of all of you.
And I mean, obviously, we're seeing a lot of fan love for the prequels, for these movies. You know, Were you surprised to see the reaction to the prequels now, as people have grown up and become adults and live with these movies, versus how it was, 20 years ago?
Yeah, it's taken a while to sort of feel it, I think when the films came out, there was no social media, there was no sort of direct link to the audience, and also the audience were, young people, and over the last years, I sort of felt the warmth for the films that we made. And it's meant a lot to us. It's meant a lot to me personally to feel that. It was tricky. It was tricky at first with the. It's so definitely a part of the reason why we're here today. Why we decided to make this series.
You're the best.
And Hayden, how about you? I mean, obviously you were playing Anakin, now you're kind of playing Vader, and so how are we seeing these changes happen?
What was the last question?
I said, and now we're seeing this transition into Vader, so what are we seeing from Anakin now? Or are we seeing Vader, or?
Well, that's what's... That's what makes this character so compelling, is there is that duality that's present, and there is that sort of inner conflict of self-identity. A thrill to get to come back and continue my journey with the character, and to get to explore Darth Vader at this point in the timeline has been huge. I missed you guys too.
Well, we are just hours away from people being able to see this. Is there anything you want the fans to know, or any last thing you want to say to them before we get to see this series tonight?
Hello there!
This is where the fun begins.
Holy that just happened. I wasn't expecting that walking through here.
How do you feel?
I'm so teary-eyed right now. I'm at a loss for words. I'm just so
we're just like there chilling, and the next thing you know, we hear screaming, and Ewan McGregor comes out. It's crazy to see them in person, right? Because we're literally like 40 feet away from them my entire childhood, entire life, right? You watch them on a screen, but you see them in person. It's bizarre. Like, that's the reason you come to Star Wars Celebrations, for special moments like that. Yes, the crowds are insane, but the fact that we just saw them in person, man, so good. Okay, they've turned off the lights. It is now 7 o'clock. We have been here for 7 hours. Let's go home now and watch Obi-Wan. I'm really excited. There's a man screaming about something. Let's see what he's screaming about. We're right outside Disney.
Like that. If you want to know what love is, seek Jesus Christ. If you want to know what truth is, seek Jesus Christ. And if you want life everlasting, you must humble yourself.
You can also buy water here for $1.
All right, we're heading back to our shuttle right now. Look, we're in Disneyland. He's screaming right outside. This is how we will be watching Obi Wan Kenobi.
A few moments later. I'm so speechless right now. I don't even know what I just watched.
I think the beginning is really cool. You see like Obi-Wan, I'm like, yes. And then there's one of the worst chase scenes I've ever seen in any movie or TV is the Leia chase scene. It was so bad. These big adults are like running into trees. It was like comically as if like, you know when like Arnold Schwarzenegger's in like an action movie or something, he's like running into stuff sometimes and acting all goofy. That's what it was like.
All right, it's time for part 2. Here we go.
Okay, so guys, we were back at home. Let's talk about Obi Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus. How are y'all feeling? Let me know down in the comments. I'm kind of like, I think it's better than Book of Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett was just kind of a hot mess. But Obi-Wan, there's some great highs, but there's also many lows. I love the stuff with Vader and Obi-Wan, and episode 3. Episode 4 was just kind of, I think it's a fine show, but it's not as good as Mandalorian. 2 episodes left, a lot to cover. We'll see what happens, but it is the moment we have all been waiting for to open our little Tamagotchi. Star Wars Celebration R2-D2 Tamagotchi is not on yet. Let's take off the, what do we got? We got some directions. Oh, there's different spaceships? What? All right, so here's a little shot of the Tamagotchi.
Let's pull the little tab. We'll let the beeping begin. Now, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Okay, R2. Oh, he's beeping. Something's on fire. R2's putting out a fire. What are you doing there, R2?
Here's the little Tamagotchi. Now I have a brand new one that I will be sending one of you guys on Patreon. So if you guys don't donate on Patreon yet, you guys kind of like help fund the videos and my adventures, because without you guys, these videos cannot happen. Literally, you guys fund our little adventures. There will be a link down below if you'd like to sign up on Patreon to help, you know, fund the next little journeys. But I'll be sending one of these to you guys. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of our Star Wars Celebration journey. There will be probably like 2 or 3 more videos coming from Star Wars Celebration. Some crazy things happen. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and join the family.
I love the family.
Because I'm gonna keep you up to date on all things Star Wars and theme park. Alright guys, love you all. Please stay safe, and I'll see y'all very soon. Say goodbye, little R2. Oh, what is he doing now? Oh, what are you supposed to feed him? Because droids don't eat. I'll update you guys on how this goes with this little guy. It looks like I'm playing chess against Chewbacca right now. Do I just like wait around all day for stuff to happen and he just starts like beeping at me?